All right. In this episode, we'll be mastering code organization and how to split our code and import them as functions. All right. And this is a code that this is the same code we used the last time. It works. We call it the sum calculator, where we add the sum of a list of numbers. If I run this code, it gives me the option to type my list of numbers. If I press enter, as you can see, this is the result. But the only thing is, all my code are in one file. Now, this doesn't look like a problem now because it's a small code. You're building real life applications. You have lots of code and you have to separate them into files. Now, how do you do that? Now, this is the main code that runs the program, which is why it's called main. As you can see, it calls the function at the top. As you can see, it's highlighted. When I highlight this one, tells you it calls that function. When I highlight this, you can see it highlights this, it calls this function. So as you can see, the main function keep calling every other function. That's how to tell you that this orchestrates the entire program. What we can do, is we can take all of these codes, create a file for them, and then import them at the top. And what you want to do is to come to this folder, because this is where this main application is. Create a file. Let's call it getnumbers.py. So come to this folder, getnumbers.py. Alright, go back to the main. Take this, and put it down there. And then you come here, delete this, and you type from get. As you can see, it's suggesting it to me, right? Import. What are you importing? Get. As soon as you type get, it has imported it now. This get numbers is this file, but this get numbers is the function inside the file. So you need to understand that this from get numbers file, import get numbers function. That's exactly what is happening here. All right. So we can do the same thing for calculate sum. You take it, copy it, create a new file .py, calculate sum.py, go to main, cut it, calculate sum, put it there, and go back to your main, right? From calculate sum, as you can see, you're suggesting it, import calculate sum, the function. Now we can do the last one from, they won't suggest it now because I've not created this one. From display sum, display results, import. And the only reason they were suggesting it before is because I had already created the file. Now that I have not created it, you can see they are not suggesting it. Display result. Right, so let's go create the file. Copy this, display result. You can actually call the file any name, right? But I'm choosing to use the exact name of the function. From display results, copy the code, display results, and put it there. All right, display results and paste. Now we have all the inputs of our three. Let's try running our code to see if it will work. All right, see, it still worked. 3, 4, 5. If you add that, you get 12. All right, so that's how you can work on the modularity of your code. Make sure it is maintainable and it can scale. The way the code is now, it's easy to scale your application because you have several files. The best way to analyze what we've done is, imagine your whole body is a head. The head is important, but if the whole body is a head, it doesn't help. It is important to separate functions into different parts. Right? The function of grabbing things is the hand's job. The function of walking is the leg's job. The function of thinking is the head's job. Now, all these parts occupy different locations in your body. All right. If you had just, if the whole of your body was a hand, that would be a problem, right? That's exactly what's happening here. All your code cannot be in one file. You have to separate the functions, right? I hope this makes sense, because now that we are going to the next stage of our application building, it makes sense that we teach this. The next stage of our application will be implementing user authentication, so that you will not be able to operate this application unless you sign in. All right. See you in the next episode.